Hola a todos, soy Mike. En el video de hoy vamos a aprender acerca de los adjetivos en español. Hi everybody, this is Mike. In this video, we're going to learn about adjectives in Spanish. To fully understand adjectives in Spanish, we're going to break down their functions, their forms, the uses, and the rules. And we're going to compare how they work with English. So this guide will cover placement, agreement, types of adjectives, exceptions, along with the differences between Spanish and English adjectives. So let's start with adjective placement. In English, the adjectives almost always come before the noun. So we say a red car, a big house, a beautiful person. We always place pretty much the adjective before the noun. In Spanish, adjectives generally come after the noun. So we say, for big house, we say casa grande, noun, adjective. However, we have some exceptions to this rule, and the exceptions are based on meaning or emphasis. So let's say, I can say, I have a big dog, right? A big dog. And in Spanish, I say, tengo un perro grande. I can say, he's an old man. Él es un hombre viejo. We place the adjective after the noun. But sometimes we place the adjective before the noun in Spanish. So, and with this, the adjective is going to slightly change the meaning or maybe add emphasis. So we have un hombre grande, a physically large man. Un hombre grande. Grande comes after the noun and means physically large. Un hombre grande. But I can say un gran hombre, a great man. Meaning that it maybe it's not physically big, but it's a respected, maybe has achieved a lot of things. So it's un gran hombre. In this case, gran comes before the noun. That happens in Spanish. So another thing that we have is gender and number agreement. So in Spanish, adjectives always must agree in both gender, either masculine, feminine, and number, singular or plural. With the noun, the adjective is modifying. So in English, the adjectives don't do this. We don't change the adjective nor for gender or number in English, but in Spanish, it does. So the ending of the adjective changes, and it's based on the following rules. So if it's a masculine singular adjective, the adjective ends in O. If it's a feminine singular adjective, it ends in A. If it's plural, masculine ends in os, and if it's plural, feminine ends in as. So let's say the red car, right? So masculine singular, carro rojo, singular o. Feminine singular, casa roja, red house, casa roja, ends in a. Masculine plural, carros rojos, os, masculine plural. Feminine plural, casas rojas, and ends in as. Some adjectives may end in E or a consonant. If this happens, the gender is not going to change. The adjective is not going to change for gender, but for number is going to change, either adding an S or S, an S or ES. And if the adjective ends in Z, and we're going to have the plural version, we change the Z for C. So let's see this. An interesting car is masculine singular. Un carro interesante. Male, right? Masculine. Interesante. An interesting idea. Feminine. Una idea interesante. Gender is not going to change the adjective. But I can say interesting cars. It's masculine plural. Carros interesantes, at the S. And interesting ideas. Ideas interesantes. Feminine plural changes the plural with the S. So, some adjectives that end in E, we have grande. So we don't change for gender, just for number. Grandes. Triste, tristes. Fuerte, fuertes. Amable, amables. Inteligente, inteligentes. Pobre, pobres. Caliente, calientes. Valiente, valientes. Indiferente, indiferentes. Diferente, diferentes. Posible, posibles. Excelente, excelentes. Interesante, interesantes. Cortés, corteses. Now, some other adjectives ending in Z or another consonant. Feliz, felices. Leal, leales. Fácil, fáciles. Difícil, difíciles. Capaz, capaces. Superior, superiores. Inferior, inferiores. Popular, populares. Normal, normales. Audaz, audaces. Hostil, hostiles. Igual, iguales. Feroz, feroces. Civil, civiles. Gentil, gentiles. Tenaz, tenaces. Fiel, fieles. Cordial, cordiales. Mundial, mundiales. Ideal, ideales. Now, some adjectives end in or, an, on, in. When we do that, to make the adjective feminine, we just add the a and the corresponding plural form. So if we have a working man, un hombre trabajador, male, masculine. So we have a hardworking woman, feminine, una mujer trabajadora, trabajadora. Some adjectives that end in or. Trabajador, trabajadora. Trabajadores, trabajadoras. Hablador, habladora. Habladores, habladoras. Emprendedor, emprendedora. Emprendedores, emprendedoras. Protector, protectora. Protectores, protectoras. Conservador, conservadora. Conservadores, conservadoras. Impulsor, impulsora. Impulsores, impulsoras. And some adjectives that end in an. Holgazán, holgazana. Holgazanes, holgazanas. Charlatán, charlatana. Charlatanes, charlatanas. Aragán, aragana. Araganes, araganas. And adjectives that end in on. Burlón, burlona. Burlones, burlonas. Mandón, mandona. Mandones, mandonas. Bonachón, bonachona. Bonachones, bonachonas. Comilón, comilona. Comilones, comilonas. Dormilón, dormilona. Dormilones, dormilonas. Adjectives that end in. Saltarín, saltarina. Saltarines, saltarinas. Bailarín, bailarina. Bailarines, bailarinas. Chiquitín, chiquitina. Chiquitines, chiquitinas. So to give you an idea of how some examples of these adjectives. Now we have also descriptive and limiting adjectives. So these adjectives provide information about the qualities or characteristics of a noun. Let's say we have una camisa azul, and those are descriptive. And limiting adjectives restrict or limit the noun in terms of quantity or possession. I can say mi casa, my house, tres perros, three dogs. So in Spanish, limiting adjectives are usually placed before the noun. Just like in English. So we have my house is big. Mi casa es grande. She has 3 dogs. Ella tiene 3 perros. Now, for comparison adjectives, we just add more, the word more, and than. We add that for every adjective. So we have más que o menos que. So I can say más inteligente que, menos inteligente que. Más bonito que, menos bonito que. And again, the adjective follows the rules for number and gender. So I can say más bonito que, más bonita que, más bonitos que, más bonitas que, o menos bonito que, menos bonita que, etc. So we have, for comparison adjectives, we use the structure más adjective que, menos adjective que. For the superlatives, we have el más for the most y el menos for the least. El más inteligente, el menos inteligente, la más inteligente, la menos inteligente, los más inteligentes, las más inteligentes. So again, following gender and number. So I can say, she's more intelligent than her brother. Ella es más inteligente que su hermano. Or, this is the best book. Este es el mejor libro. Following the structure. In both languages, we have regular comparatives and superlatives. So these need to be memorized. Like, bueno, mejor, el mejor. O malo, peor, el peor. Just like that. Like, good, better, and the best. So that's pretty much the same. Some adjectives can change the meaning based on their position. So depending on where we place the adjective, either before or after a noun, it can indicate maybe a judgment or qualities, and also factual details or characteristics depending on whatever I'm placing the adjective. So let's say I can say the adjective pobre. I can say una pobre mujer, or I can say una mujer pobre. If I say una pobre mujer, I place the adjective before the noun and I'm saying a poor woman, she's unfortunate. But if I say una mujer pobre, I'm saying that she doesn't have money. She's poor because she doesn't have money. And see how the changes go with depending on where I place the adjective. Or I can say un viejo amigo, like a former friend, or un amigo viejo, a friend who is old. You see? Depending on how we place that. It also happens. In Spanish, adjectives can be used as nouns with the use of articles. So this is maybe not as common in English, but this can happen in English, like when we say the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the elderly. So let's say in English, we say the poor need help, right? Los pobres necesitan ayuda. In this case, we're using pobres, which is an adjective, and we're using changing for a noun. It's a subject in the sentences. Los pobres necesitan ayuda. I help the elderly. Ayuda a los ancianos. Los ancianos. So as you can see, anciano is an adjective. So when I place the article before, I can use it as a noun. What are basically the key differences between Spanish and English? So agreement, right? In Spanish, always agree, gender and number, always. Placement, in general, in Spanish goes after the noun, depending on, sometimes before the noun, depending on the feeling or the idea that I want to convey. Comparatives and superlatives in Spanish always are el más, el menos, que, o menos más que. Always. Not as in English. In English, for one or two syllable adjectives, we use like best, like let's say small, smaller. In Spanish, we don't do that. And the meaning, depending on the position. So basically, that's pretty much the basic guide for understanding the mechanics of adjectives in Spanish. Now, what's happening? We need exposure to the language, because now you understand the rules. You need exposure to start understanding how it works and get a feeling on how to use the adjective. So what's the idea? Start reading. That's the easiest part. Read, and try identifying adjectives, the gender, number, agreement, differences. It's depending on the placement. Then move to listening to podcasts, interviews, series, movies, and of course, speak. Don't fear speaking. Don't be shy. Find a language exchange partner with whom you can practice and get used to that. Make mistakes. If you have questions, watch the video as many times as you need. And if you still have questions, leave a comment. I'll reply as soon as possible. If you like the video, you know what to do. Please share with your friends, group, social media. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell button in order to get notifications because we're posting videos on a weekly basis. Plus, it's going to help you to be part of the chat. We are going live every week on Tuesdays around 6:30 p.m. Colombian time. And you can ask questions over there. So I hope this is going to be helpful. We're going to go over other videos with more details about adjectives. So this is pretty much what the basic information that you need in order to master the adjectives in Spanish. So hope you like it and looking forward to seeing you in future videos. Estudien mucho, sigan aprendiendo, sigan estudiando y nos vemos pronto. Bye bye.